Hey, good morning. This is Rodney Funderburk in Video Journal number 2, a SWOT analysis of the force 105.1. All right, so SWOT analysis, you have internal as well as external forces. SWOTs, which stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. So when it comes to 105.1, the force, which is Forsyth Tech's on-campus radio station, I think it has many strengths there. This station, it's original, pretty much bringing things from a Forsyth Tech Community College standpoint. They have the opportunity to put their own branding of the force out there. And by using students, one of the strengths is you get so much creativity from all the brains and all the students who are doing things. And of course, those students who are in the broadcasting program, a very competitive program. So everyone is trying to compete and bring their best to the force, especially when you're talking about airing commercials, airing branding of the station, being able to provide program advertisements that show off what it is that Forsyth Tech is actually offering to students course-wise. One of the weaknesses that the force may have, it could be that many of the students who may be participating in it, of course, there's not a lot of experience, because all of us are learning. And so sometimes, the personnel who may be in there or working things with 105.1, the force, we may not be the most qualified personnel as you would see maybe on one of your major radio stations or network. And so we may not do marketing as well, or we may not do promotions as well as more of the more professional people at larger stations. So that would be a weakness, which is the W in SWOT. But there are opportunities, which as we move to the O in SWOT, the force, along with Forsyth Tech, has opportunities to create alliances, whether those alliances are with other nonprofits where we help them to do work or can complete work that they may need done. And because they're a nonprofit, it's not necessarily charging them anything, but at the same time, as students, we're getting the necessary experience. So if there was an ad that needed to be done for a nonprofit and it coincided with the program or coincided with the class work that's being done, we have an opportunity to take advantage of that and have an alliance there. It could also create us new business revenue. For example, if the Forsyth Tech decided to contract with someone and use student help and students to provide the work for a specific company or business, then that's an opportunity for the force to provide some revenue into the school, as well as an opportunity to do interns, which is great, which helps all the students to really get recognition, experience, and who can later on come back and talk very well about everything that the school has done for them. And it's also an opportunity to align with some people who just want to be able to use Forsyth Tech to bounce ideas, creativity off of, and partnering with the school and possibly give donations to Forsyth Tech. So that there's always an opportunity there. Now, as far as threats, when you're talking about threats in the SWOT, you're talking about a weak market position or possibly a hostile takeover, or maybe even decline in business activity. But I don't think we have to worry about a hostile takeover. Some of the, worst things that probably could hinder our markets from a business wise, where people may not want to pay to be on air. And of course, being a school, we a lot of times don't have to worry about that part. But, our signal is not the best from where we're located. So our signal can sometimes not reach over hills because we're kind of in the rolling hills. So there are certain places the signal doesn't reach, and it could cost us from being able to get into certain markets or certain surrounding markets. I don't think there's a threat of us being off the air because we work hard. As long as we continue to work with the Force 105.1 as we do, I don't think we'll ever have to worry about being put off the air. And I don't think we're going to merge with anyone. And I don't think anyone is going to buy us out, because of the format and the business model that we have, being that of Forsyth Tech Community College. the only biggest threat we have is if we don't keep our public file up. And if we do something wrong, we could lose our station if our public file isn't kept the way it should be. But for the most part, that is how SWAT kind of applies to 105.1 The Force. Thank you for listening.